Good morning. I just ain't got anything else to do, so I thought I'll come out here and kill a little time with this for today. Uh, been up for a little while this morning, but mainly I wanted to come out and just kind of make a video. And me and my wife here, you know, I feel bad. Like I said, I feel bad about it, but I told her I have no rights. I have no rights to anybody. I don't. It's not like I went out there and got people people pregnant, and I had my own kids and stuff. It'd be a different story if I had that, but I don't. And thing is, when everybody else's kids come in front of me, and everything, there's no guarantees. And even if you didn't have kids, there's no guarantees I'll get along with you. But I was telling my wife earlier, we're a different kind of animal. You know, it's different from what she could see outside. The animals outside, they don't know anything but what's there. My wife's like, how could they eat this grass? How could they, sell for this and sell for that? Well, they can eat scraps. They could eat, stuff that humans eat. They just can't have. Most animals can't have chocolate. But like I told her, where we want to go, animals wouldn't do us any good. We'd like to have something nice, but some type of a lady, that didn't have a lot going on and could fit you in their schedule and get this unicorn thing going. But it just apparently, you know, I know Facebook sucks. I said it. You know, uh, Social media, all of it. It's pretty sucky. You know, there's no guarantees in it. I mean, it was never. Like I told my wife earlier, I was saying a little something about how, once you get past the people that you've seen, even just a little, like Roxanne, she brought up. I seen her for a cup of coffee, right? Nothing more. It wasn't. I didn't know how she grew up. I didn't know nothing about her when she was a kid. Didn't know anything. It just sprung up on me all of a sudden. You know, I was put in one of those classes, and I was gonna sit my butt back there in the back, like I always do, and or somewhere. And I didn't had no idea that there's any girl in there that sit up at any seat in there. Well, I know where Tom Pride says, "Hey, Derek, you might sit right here. This pretty one sits right here." Like he knew I was single then. But I told my wife, I said, I've had a couple of these times where I just, at that time, I wasn't really worried about it. About getting the whole big thing going and having a big clique of people around. And, it's kind of like now, you're older and and you're away from the family stuff. You know what's in that. There's nothing to really go with on that. It's just, what's in that bag when you open it up. But yeah, trying to get somebody to have, you know, the same feelings you do for for your, if you do have somebody and you're somebody else out there, maybe like me and my wife, and you're a couple, it's hard. You know, it might make it easier if you were in another part of the state or something that with population, clubs and bars and all kinds of entertainment things, concerts and all that, theme parks. I mean, I could go on. Beaches, you know, but in this part where we live, there ain't none of that. And what little there is, It's just stuff that you need. Stuff everybody would have to have, to go to, like a hardware store, grocery store, restaurant, of course, is out here. There's, a little bit of stuff like that, junk stores. But to get somebody to care about, you know, us the way we'd like for it to be done and nothing practically in our way, it takes a special somebody that just doesn't have nothing else and don't care for anything else in the world. Probably. Because, you know, it would be tough. I mean, like I said, if it's a woman with kids or a woman maybe has a job and you have to work that out. That's why, like I said, I didn't know a year ago when we had all that happen a year ago. I didn't know if this person had a job. I didn't know if she, I didn't know what her deal was. I knew a little, just what my wife said over the phone, and we had to go from there. But I don't want to do that no more because it's dangerous, because it, especially up here around where we live, there's nothing but people fussing, fighting, and carrying on. It's the only time you see anything out that's not supposed to be out otherwise. But it just, I don't know. I don't know. I have no answers for how this is going to happen or play out. But I told my wife earlier. I said, I just, if we ain't good enough to have it in front of us, where we can do something with it, and instead of that, messenger thing and all that stuff on the social media stuff, I get tired of looking at that on there. It bores me to death. It don't make me feel any better. It don't make me feel anything good. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't really do nothing. Now, you could say, well, Derek, what if somebody did a little more? Well, on there, if they took it upon themselves to write a long message and introduce themselves, and they sent pictures, one or two pictures, and really express beyond the hi and the hello and the casual okay or whatever short stuff. If you could get somebody like I did, the last I got was 12 years ago that I actually met, but again, it's tough. It's no way you could sit there and say, oh yeah, I know this is going to do this, or, I'm better at when people's in front of me. I'm better at telling you whether I like you or not than I am telling you whether or not we're going to get anywhere with this stuff. But like I said, it looked good on paper. It sounded good. We thought about it. We had, I get people all the time, or every once in a while they'll be like, what is this? Why do you have to have this? Why do you have to have that? Well, we didn't have to do anything, but we wanted to do something nice. If that person exists out there, if she were to be out there and see the video or a video of us, maybe, but no, I don't know what to say, as far as, the whole unicorn thing. I described it, put it out there. What it is, whole 9 yards. I've done a lot to try to help me and my wife. There's nothing better. You get more people this way, but you also get 99% of you practically doing the opposite. You're already married. You've already got stuff. You've already got your own kids. You've got 4 or 5 kids in your photos. You've got people that do all type of stuff. And like I said, 99% of them ain't in Tennessee. They're all scattered out everywhere else, all over the United States. There's a good percentage of you that will never see, you know, half of the people in the world. You never see that many. You're only you're only you're only going to come in contact with whoever it is you come in contact with. Wherever your spot's at, if your family moves, you move. I moved a few times in my lifetime, but it wasn't too far off. McDonald, Tennessee, I remember that. Going down there at Harrison Bay, going down through there, being down there with Granny Diane and them. Been down there, son. But my family, they never took trips, or moved far off. But, my wife, it was different. And it's just whatever they were doing, she got to see, a few more states and a couple things, because that's, it just happened to be what they did, But no, I give up everything. My wife don't have nothing. She, we're sitting here hoping, maybe we try one of these things and hopefully it kicks in one of these days. But like I said, each day it goes by, it's one less. And, I already said, I hit the magic 40. I'm thinking about giving it up because, it would be not too wise. I told my wife earlier, I said it wouldn't be wise if me and her was 60, 70 years old out here. I said that's when people would care. When you ain't able to do nothing and you're sitting there and you ain't in your prime years and you're not, able to do that. That's when somebody wants something to do with you. That's when a nurse wants to come out. That's when they'll be up your butt the whole time. And then, I don't want it. I especially would not want that. I just, I told her if we ain't good enough to get it while we've got, this left in us, the energy to go out there. The energy. Gosh. I'm trying to set it on. Oh, hang on. I'll pull it over here. Yeah, I was trying to pull my chair over. But if we can't have it in our prime years, and if everything she's tried, and I didn't have nothing hardly to try. I mean, like I said, I had a couple of girls that seen me one time in one period in class, but what good is that? You know what I mean? That ain't much. I've gotten more out of Sethra meeting two people off of there than I have anything else. Is there anybody usually rides Sethra? No. But my hot spot's been Sethra twice. So again, I don't know. But we just, we're not gonna, like I said, if she had stuff that she tried out, and we tried it. We went for it. Tried. I guess she's thinking that some of them might come down here, or her one she liked the most come down here. They have nothing, or they had nothing then. I know some of them do now. Due to the fact I made them, I made these people realize that they need to do better. Now they go out there and they party hardy. They act like, it's just going to be that way forever. And then they have a couple kids or they have something. They got there and they start having, sex every time I turn around with somebody. And, that's okay. And I'll just let everybody out there touch me and look at me or whatever. I'll pay all the minds in the world, but when somebody else that my wife knows like me or something, you come out and you say one of these deals, or you want to have something extra nice or special. Oh no. But, if there's somebody out there drunk as I don't know what out there, if there's somebody offering you drugs, if there's somebody out there to offer you a cigarette of some kind or whatever, yeah, we'd have people like that all the time. But we're not like that. And one of the worst things is when people, if it ain't that gets you, it's either politics or some kind of religious stuff or some kind of, bad past stuff that somebody brings up, maybe. And you sit here and you mean well and you try to do good, try to help them, but then they just pure old doesn't care. I don't know what they're doing in front of me if they don't care. I hate fake smiles. I hate when people do that. I hate it. I've seen, I don't know how any of yous live. Another day, when you go and treat somebody like that, but yet you'll be nice to your mom and dad or brother or sister or whoever else you got. You'll sit there and be nice to all that. Because you know better, right? They know better. If they wasn't nice to them, they'd be stranded out on the street. But yet somebody, God dang, that's so hard.
I don't feel good.
But yeah, it's one of them things, I guess. Fella just has to learn. I mean, we may be by ourselves, may not have anything else come our way. Everything that's happened to her, everything that's happened to me, it's come ever so often. But there's always a kink in it. There's always some kind of something in the way. Other people, other family, other things they've already got going. Well, Derek, that's somebody would say, well, that's what we was raised up with. We're supposed to do this and that. Yeah, well, if that entertains you and that's most of your time, if that's a good 90-something% of your feelings and your time wasted, don't waste ours. That's simple. Like I said, I would, if I had an apple or a grape or anything I could pick from out here, if I had a few choices, maybe I told my wife, I said, like them old dating shows that used to be on the TV, game shows and stuff. I said, if I had 2 or 3 people to pick from and get to know kind of in the way, and could kind of go and take one out here and me and her go out once and see if we like that one and then go out and do another one, do the other one. But you don't. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to come. But I do know one thing that always seems to happen. It's always when somebody is out and visible. It's always when somebody's upset. It's always when somebody's fussing or fighting, or you have to, call cops on something. And I just, it's just, that's what it is. It's just people aren't naturally good, aren't good for each other. Like I said, the Bible lies to you. It says everybody's supposed to love everybody. He's supposed to love everybody. Well, he can't possibly do that. It's impossible. People are guilty of treating everybody bad that they come in contact with. And they use this whole thing. And I told my wife earlier, as an example, I told her, I said, I always hated when somebody said, oh, I've seen you before. Oh, I remember when you was little and you went to this church or you went here and went there. Yeah, duh, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. I was, a young kid. What am I going to do? Am I going to say no? I can't. You know, now that I'm an adult, I got to say and stuff. And that, and I don't have to go where I don't want to go. I can do as I want. You know, as long as I ain't out there doing something against the law. But I can go pretty much wherever I wanted to go and do things. But like I said, I've shared out everything, put the ring out there many times on a video, on a nice video. Uh, but as far as Roxanne, goes, yeah, like I said, it was just a thing that happened. That she just, I mean, she did come down, like I said in one of the other videos. She came down and I didn't tell her to, but she came down and wanted to come down there and sit by me for a while. We talked just a little, but I didn't want to, get to, because she'd already told me before she didn't want to have a relationship with me, and she was going through some rough times. A few years back, like I said, I shouldn't have let somebody get to me on her page, and I should have known better. I guess she may have had feelings for that person, or just might have not have. Who knows why the people added people on there. But, I don't know if it's somebody she knew or what, but apparently she didn't like it. But I was just sticking up for her, and I was making a good comment. It wasn't anything bad, but she just made the decision she made. If she sees this video or one of them, like I said, I can't help it. But if I hurt anybody's feelings on that, I'm sorry for it, but I can't help it. I am who I am. Probably at a church. Oh, yeah.
My church.
Oh, looks like a bunch of junk. What thing is that?
17 free kilos.
Oh, let's see. Lord, I ain't seen it in a while. Oh.
You can get a hold of it.
No, no. Remember, don't. Well, just. In the garbage you're going. Lord. Oh, I was off. Ash.
I just want in the trash.
Yeah, trash can over. Well.
We didn't get a food stamps. I don't know when it's supposed to come through.
Now, like I said, tomorrow be really 5 days, so it'd be close. Might be a day or two after, but I don't know. But anyway, I just thought, kind of come out, maybe do this for a little while. But we seem to try to apply things, I guess, with what we're raised up around, what we're doing. Okay. And I just sometimes think people take that stuff too seriously. People take counseling too seriously. People take church too seriously. They act like it's life or death, like it's going to really matter once you're physically gone. In my mind, you're gone. There's nothing really left. I mean, to really, spiritually, they may be, your spirit may go one way or the other, but to me, but I don't know what to say. Try to tell people. I mean, that you can sit here and, like I told my wife, we can sit here and pray the kingdom come. I don't think anything's gonna change. We're in a spot in a small little area that doesn't get much traction. No people. I'm scared about everybody else. She says, well, I don't. They came out, after my wife putting on a show, most of them. I didn't take up for the drug whore and all that. That was half of it. I mean, that's what's up there. It's a bunch of people doing drugs and putting on their fronts. They won't be her girlfriend, or they won't be something. They just leave me out of things. So she said she wasn't into it. So I mean, what we was offering is, what you see. But again, I told her it's just you can't guarantee that, because, like I said, I put out a video yesterday. It said, these people that we were talking about, some of the stuff that's happened and going on for a long time. I forgot what I was going to say now. But, it's just, what it is. I told my wife earlier, so, well, if I didn't have anything to do with clothing anybody, putting diapers on them, babies and stuff, I really don't have nothing. I don't deserve to look at you. I don't deserve to hear from you. I don't want you. If I didn't have any, you've never seen me before. The way I look at it, I've been doing this my whole life. I've been shying away, not because I'm shy, but just, in the sense that people aren't what they are, supposed to be. And my wife wanted to make me try to change me on that, but I think I'm slowly but surely, I think it's going the opposite direction, because, again, it's showing itself. I mean, y'all are showing your own butts. You making it easy for me. I want somebody, like I said, one person to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. There's no shame in that. But, apparently me and my wife gonna have to be, like this. I mean, we don't have a choice.
I don't want it this way.
I don't either. That's the thing. I don't want it like this. I don't know what else to, say. To put, like I said, just people seem not to care, but yet you put a dog in front of them, or some type of other thing, or a kid of some kind. Oh my goodness. It'd be like, like this we had up here, and oh gosh, a couple of kids is right there. Oh yeah, I want to play tickle tank with them. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to scream, yell, shout, and everything else. Me and my wife don't get nothing out of that. But just gonna see what happens. I mean, like I said, if somebody thinks they've got the time and could, do it, we'd be more inclined to hear from you.
You're too pussies to do it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to make a good video here. Again, we're upset. My wife's upset a little bit. Uh, like I said, she expects, I guess, somebody should care me and hers in the situation we're in. You just can't know that. I mean, you can't. Unfortunately, you just can't pick one out right away and say, "Oh yeah, this is going to work." Everything that's happened or happens to people, it's just by accident sometimes. You can't explain it. You can't explain things to your family and your circle that you did have because they get mad and oh, it's too good to be true or whatnot or all that talk. Well, but again, like I said, it's this stuff doesn't. It takes a good while. I mean, she had her way, and had she been able to gotten one of them up there,
Honey, I told you they
You know.
have their own
well,
love.
I know that, but I'm talking about in past sense. Before all that,
Honey, my life is ruined
but
up there.
you know, but yeah, I had two or three of myself. I went to school with. They're all married, got kids. They got their own family up their butt. I can't fit in. My wife can't fit in it. It's no good. And I only met them sparingly. I didn't go no shopping malls or nothing. I went there,
Only why I went there with them is because of my freaking ex.
but
It's
You
my
know,
damn fault.
I didn't. Well, I didn't have, like I said, where I lived, there wasn't no. She's not, like I said, understand these different roads everybody goes down, and she had a good time. That's good for her. She had a good time. She had a good time. That stuff, like I said, a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff's
but
in
they
my
got
past too.
turned out me though for no reason.
And I had a good time at Chuck E. Cheese, and every time I went somewhere, but hey, it's gone. All that stuff is gone. It's not here no more. And I have to reflect back on the times that I had, and she has times that she remembers. Sometimes we'll sit here and we'll do something like this, and gives us something to do, even if it's just talking about some of the same things. It just kind of helps. Me and her, we can do that without having to scream and yell and holler and do what y'all do out there. You get upset every time somebody tries to help you, tell you good advice. You get mad, and there's no reason to get mad for somebody trying to help you, give you good advice. Good. You know what's going to come out. There, baby, you're getting upset.
Well, baby, I won't.
Baby, there, you need to probably get up for a little bit. But, I know, bless her heart. I feel for her, though. Like I said, if I could help her, I would. Like I said, if I went to work, everybody's married, everybody had their kids. I did that too. That was my only other opportunity to get something. I mean, you can ask my wife. The only other time that I've been anywhere special that might have got me somewhere, but everybody was married, everybody was taken up. They'd say, well, Derek, you're married too. Yeah, I know, but we got an offer that we'd like to see come true, but everybody's got everything in the way. And if that stuff's more important to you and that's what makes you happy, that's what we'd rather you do. Stick with that. Don't come up here putting on a front and thinking that we're just going to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because I won't give you 2 or 3 weeks the next time. I won't. It'll be, if you think you're going to do that and just throw everybody on us all at one time and expect us all to like everybody as you see fit, and because they might have treated you well. It's different. We're not puppies. We're not cats. We're not this stuff here on the outside. We're not bunnies. We're actual human beings. We're people. We talk. We communicate more. It takes a lot more than just somebody's word saying, "Oh yeah, these people treat me well. Good for you." Like I said before, if you got something like that, and it makes you happy. Good for you. But I tried to warn the one we had up here last year. I told her exactly. Good example. I said something similar to this. I said, I can't guarantee this. I said, because, some people like me and some people don't. And if I don't know them from Adam, I can't go and give them good credit where it's not deserved. If I gotten to know you on a personal basis and hung around you like I have my family in the past and got to and grew up around you or had something that worked out, then okay. But I'm not gonna go out there and just pick out any old body that and go out and be rude and say, "Oh yeah, we got this whole deal." I'm not gonna push and shove my way on somebody. If you want it, you have to come get it. Like I said, we've been out here in Decatur, Tennessee. We've been out here for a while, and we've lived in this one place for almost 11 years now. Just about the whole time we've been married. So again, yeah, we'd have to move, as I said. So, can't move anybody in here. Wouldn't want to anyway. Too much trouble. And like I said, you just have to be somebody like what they heard. Like I said, I've had my fair share of work, my fair share of jobs. I don't work anymore because I can't trust the management. Management lets me down just about every time if I try to start something. I'm tired of stopping and starting. Or starting and stopping. Something always gets thrown away, And I'm just, if somebody wants something to change or they don't want to pay you what they're paying you, and they say, "Oh yeah, Derek, it's too much money, so I'm just gonna have to get rid of you." Oh, okay. Paying me a measly sum of money, $100 or whatever. It's too much money, like Sonic told me. It's too much money. They could have come out there and told me that, and I'd have negotiated something with them. And told them I would be willing to cut down. Wrong number. I got me a new technique. That's what I'm going to do every time when I'm called. Yeah, I got a new phone. Or, well, I've had it over here. I just hadn't, I just didn't get it off. But I've got my wife's on the way. But yeah, it's just one of those things. We just gotta see if there's somebody out there that can be easy, and not, want to get something started and just laid back, easy going. Likes music, likes to go out and do things, small stuff, things that's kind of like me and my wife likes to do. We'll go out and play a little bit of sports maybe once in a while, shoot a little basketball. I like the darts, I'm at the fair, and things like that. She likes art and she collects the reborn dolls and stuff like that. She does a lot of the stuff, colors. Watch TV and some movies every once in a while. She'll watch her LMN channel, and we like Atlanta Braves baseball and everything. So, but like I said, we're handicapped, and we're on food stamps and SSI. So, you know, if you want to know, see, I'm 37, my wife's 34. If you want to know anything, just hit us up on Facebook. It's under her name, Jessica Lehman. But we both share, her Facebook. And so if you got a request or anything, if you're one of them that wants to really show that you're not like everybody else, send us out a message and let's go. Let's get the show going. Now, we only live once and we don't know how long we got, so sooner the better.